That evening, I reached out to hug my wife. A simple gesture, a quiet attempt to bridge the growing distance between us. But before my arms could close around her, she stepped back. "Don't touch me," she said sharply. No hesitation, no warmth, just ice. I froze mid-motion, hands suspended awkwardly in the air. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument we had ever had. It hadn't always been like this. Claire used to fall into my arms the moment I came home. I'd hold her tight and she'd press her face against my chest. And for a moment, the world felt right. Lately, though, everything felt wrong. She stopped cooking with me. She began sleeping on the far edge of the bed. And when I asked if something was wrong, the answer was always the same. "I'm just tired." That night, I didn't push. I simply nodded and walked away, pretending her rejection didn't sting as sharply as it did. But inside, something fractured. You can't love someone who's already stopped feeling. The next morning, Claire was in the kitchen, sipping coffee like nothing had happened. "Can I have your card?" she asked casually, eyes glued to her phone. "My card? Yeah, I need to do some shopping." Her tone wasn't a request, it was an expectation. I stared at her for a moment, and in that pause, memories flooded back. The dinners I'd paid for, the vacations she planned, the bills I covered. While she drifted further from me emotionally, a strange calm washed over me. I smiled faintly. "You said not to touch me." I said, "So don't touch my money either." Her head snapped up. "What did you just say you heard me?" I replied, sipping my coffee. "If affection's off the table, so is convenience." For the first time in months, she looked truly shocked, then angry. "Are you serious right now, Ryan?" she demanded. "Dead serious," I said. She laughed bitterly, shaking her head. "You're ridiculous. I just wanted to buy groceries." "Then use your card," I said softly. "Oh, right. You don't have one, do you?" She slammed her cup on the counter and stormed off. I stared at the coffee ring she left behind. A perfect brown circle on white marble. A tiny emblem of everything that had soured between us. All day her words replayed in my head. "Don't touch me." It wasn't just rejection. It was contempt. The kind that forms when love turns into obligation. That night she didn't come home until nearly midnight. I didn't ask where she'd been. I was done pleading for honesty. But when she passed me on the way to the bedroom, a faint, unfamiliar, musky scent lingered behind her, not hers. I sat on the couch, eyes fixed on the dark TV screen, my reflection faintly visible. I didn't need to check her phone. I didn't need to ask questions. The truth was in the air, clinging like cheap cologne. I lay awake long after she fell asleep, listening to her breathing, wondering how long she had been pretending. Somewhere between pain and resentment, a plan took shape. Not out of revenge, but clarity. If she didn't want to be touched, I would make sure she no longer needed anything of mine. Not my card, not my comfort, not my life. The next morning, I woke early, brewed coffee, packed a small duffel, and left a note on the counter that said only 3 words. "Don't wait up." By the time Claire woke, I was gone. She called once, then twice. By the 3rd time, I was already driving down the interstate, the city shrinking in my rear view, letting the phone ring until it stopped. I had no plan, only the need to escape the house that had become a museum of silence and distance. I checked into a small hotel on the edge of town, faded wallpaper and sputtering coffee maker included. For the first time in months, I felt peace. That afternoon, I finally answered her call. "Where are you?" she demanded. "Out," I said simply. "Out where you can't just disappear, Ryan." "I didn't disappear, Claire. You did months ago." A pause. I could almost hear her pulse quicken. "What do you mean I tried to hug you?" I said quietly. "You told me not to touch you, and now you want my card, my patience, my time, everything but my heart." Silence. Then her voice softened. The first hint of emotion in weeks. "Ryan, I just needed space." "Space is fine," I said, "but you built a whole life in that space without me." She hung up. For a few days, I stayed away, working remotely, going to the gym, walking by the lake. Strange how calm loneliness can feel once you stop resisting it. On the 4th day, she appeared at the hotel. I saw her through the lobby glass. Same blue coat, anxious eyes. "Can we talk?" she asked. I nodded and led her outside to a bench. "I'm sorry," she began. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't know how to feel anymore." "About me or about someone else?" I asked. Her lips parted. A subtle flinch revealing more than words ever could. "You don't have to lie," I said. I could smell him. "The other man on you." Tears gathered at the corners of her eyes. It's not what you think, she whispered. I almost laughed. It never is. She reached for my hand. I pulled back. Surprise flashed in her eyes. The same I'd felt that morning when she told me not to touch her. Feels different, doesn't it? I said softly. She wiped a tear. Please don't leave me. For a moment, I nearly gave in. Love doesn't switch off easily. It lingers, reminding you of what was. But then I remembered every cold night, every unanswered text, every time she turned away. I'm not leaving, I said slowly. I'm just done being invisible. I stood and handed her a small envelope from my jacket. What's this my card, I said. You wanted it, right? She looked confused. Opening it, she found a replacement debit card cut in half. For me, just me? Her voice trembled. I said, no, I'm freeing myself. She stared at the pieces of plastic, one last symbol of a marriage that had ended long before that morning. I walked away. This time, she didn't call. The wind was cold but honest. That night, I booked a small apartment. Quiet, simple, mine. No reminders of her, no lingering perfume, just peace. A week later, a message came from her. I miss you. I didn't reply. Some messages don't need answers. They need endings. And this time, I finally had one.